In the quiet hours before dawn, when the world still sleeps and the sky holds its breath, there is a feeling that something waits beyond our sight, a feeling that humankind stands at the edge of understanding something vast, something ancient, something watching. When the wind brushes through the tall grass and the sky glows with the first fragile hints of morning, many people feel that same gentle pull, a whisper from above asking us to look up and wonder. For generations, stories of mysterious lights and silent shapes drifting across the night have filled our conversations, but now in this new century the mystery has shifted. The whispers are no longer only from wanderers on lonely highways or campers beneath star-filled skies. Now the voices come from pilots and scientists and people who have spent their lives in the realm of facts and measurements, people who once smiled at the idea of visitors from beyond now speak with a tone that carries both humility and awe. Across the United States a quiet transformation is happening. Laboratories hum with new purpose. Observatories turn their gaze not only to distant galaxies but also to the thin veil of sky that wraps around our own world. For decades scientists were hesitant to even breathe the word unknown, but now they stand on open stages under bright lights and say the world may hold mysteries we have not yet learned how to name. At NASA a cautious hope has begun to grow. Teams of researchers gather in long rooms filled with screens that glow like blue fire. They watch recordings from jets that slice through the air at unbelievable speeds. They study shapes that move against the wind, objects that accelerate in ways that defy our understanding. They speak with careful voices, but there is something trembling beneath their words, a sense that the universe is inviting us to learn in a way we never have before. In another part of the country the halls of Harvard echo with footsteps as scientists step through doorways carrying questions heavier than any textbook. Their days are filled with equations and sky maps, but their nights are filled with wonder. Avi Loeb and the Galileo Project search the heavens with instruments crafted for a single purpose: to discover whether we are truly alone. They build networks of cameras that watch the sky with tireless devotion, and with each day that passes their sense of expectation grows strong. Meanwhile at Stanford a different kind of story unfolds. Gary Nolan speaks of pilots who returned from strange encounters, their lives changed in ways science struggles to explain. He studies patterns in the human body that whisper of experiences beyond ordinary life. He does not claim certainty, yet his voice carries a weight that causes many to pause for a moment and wonder what truths lie hidden just beyond our reach. Despite all this, a quiet tension moves through the scientific world. Some scholars step forward with open hearts, others remain in the shadows of skepticism. For every researcher driven by wonder there is another who holds tightly to the familiar shape of doubt. They remind us that nature holds countless tricks, illusions born of atmosphere and light and human perception. They caution us that believing too quickly can lead us astray, but even in their hesitance there is a shift, a softening recognition that the world is revealing something that deserves to be understood. Across conference rooms and late-night laboratories one question rises again and again: what are we truly seeing? These shapes that glide through clouds as if guided by intelligence beyond our own, these objects that cross distances without wings, without fire, without sound, are they visitors? Are they natural forces we do not yet understand? Are they technologies from other nations, or are they messages from the cosmos, teachings waiting for us to become wise enough to listen? Scientists gather around screens that show moments captured in trembling hands. The footage is grainy, but the patterns are undeniable. Something is there, something real, something that humankind can no longer laugh away. For every blurred video there is a voice that once flew beside the object, a voice that felt its presence in those shaky recordings is the heartbeat of a mystery the world can no longer ignore. This new movement in science is not born from fear, it is born from curiosity, from the desire to understand the universe we call home. And so researchers push forward. They collect radar data, they examine infrared signatures, they build AI systems that learn to see the sky with eyes sharper than any human. Their work is slow and patient, but beneath their caution lies a sense of destiny. They understand that discovery does not explode into the world like thunder. It unfolds like dawn rising slowly until the world is filled with light. Night after night telescopes turn their unblinking gaze toward the quiet sky. They listen for whispers in radio waves. They search for patterns that no natural force should create. They wait not for proof but for clarity, for the moment when the unknown no longer hides behind distance or secrecy but stands before us as a truth that belongs to all humankind. In Washington, halls of power tremble with a different kind of tension. Lawmakers ask questions once considered unthinkable. Whistleblowers describe programs that may lie buried in the deep vaults of secrecy. Their voices tremble not with fear but with the weight of truths they feel the world deserves to know. Some speak of technology not made by human hands. Others speak of encounters that changed the way they see the universe forever. The public listens with a mixture of disbelief and hope, yearning for answers that feel just within reach. Yet scientists stand at the center of this storm like lantern bearers in the dark. They are not driven by sensational stories or wild fantasies. They are guided by evidence, by patterns, by the deepest instinct of the human spirit, the desire to understand. They say that extraordinary claims require extraordinary investigation, not rejection, not ridicule, but careful, deliberate study. So they continue their work, aware that the world watches with breath held tight. Some researchers believe the truth may lie in dimensions we cannot yet see, in forces that move through reality the way wind moves through grass, invisible yet powerful. Others suggest the answer may be far simpler. Perhaps these objects represent technologies created by other nations, secrets built in hidden deserts or underground labs. Yet no matter how many theories rise, none feel complete, none stand strong under every piece of evidence. And so the mystery remains a living thing breathing in the sky above us. Across the country people gather at windows and rooftops. Their eyes search the night with new wonder. They remember stories their grandparents once told of lights that appeared without warning, of shapes that moved like dancers across the sky. For years those tales were dismissed as imagination, but now those same stories feel different. They feel like echoes of a truth that humanity is finally ready to embrace. Science has always asked us to look deeper, to question the ordinary, to peel back layers of the world until only truth remains. And now that same science invites us to step into a new chapter, not with fear but with courage, with curiosity, with the quiet knowing that discovery is not the end of wonder, it is the beginning. So the scientists continue. They walk into their labs each morning with hearts filled with questions. They stare into screens showing the impossible. They stand beneath the great arch of the sky, feeling small yet connected to something vast. They know that any answer they uncover will not belong to them alone. It will belong to every person who has ever looked up at the stars and felt a silent thrill in their heart. Perhaps one day the skies will open and the truth will arrive like a gentle voice. Maybe it will speak of civilizations older than our mountains, of minds shaped by worlds unlike anything we have imagined. Or maybe the truth will reveal that we are the creators of our own mysteries, that human technology has grown faster than our ability to understand it. Or perhaps the truth will be something entirely different, something that humbles us, something that lifts us, something that makes us realize how fragile and miraculous our existence truly is. Until that day the world watches, scientists listen, the sky waits, and the mystery continues to unfold like a story written not in ink but in starlight, a story that invites us to walk forward with hope, with courage, and with the feeling that we are standing on the threshold of a revelation that could change what it means to be human forever.